How you doing, everybody? My name is Christopher Brown. You're now listening to my podcast, Sports Talk with Chris, and this is episode 21. All right, so before I start talking about the bubble, I just want to speak on something real quick. Ben Simmons, is playing power forward now, or at least they have it in practice at power forward. Now, am I surprised that they moved Shake to the starting lineup? No. I'm not. Would I have done it personally, though? No. I would have put Glenn Robinson in there. More experience in the league. I still feel like Ben Simmons can play point guard, but he's going to excel at the power forward position. I mean, he's a mismatch for whoever's guarding him. He's a great defender. He's going to be able to score. I mean, he can play that dunker position, catch lobs. He can set screens and roll and play off that. Make a play when he gets the ball in his hand. He can still push the break. So it's like it's going to work. Oh, and I have been seeing Ben Simmons shooting threes. I know y'all seen it too because I posted it on every single social media I'm on. Now, I'm not going to get too hyped until he starts shooting it in the game. And I'm not even, that hyped because I'd rather see him shooting mid-ranges than threes. But if Ben Simmons shoots consistently and he actually, starts shooting in this bubble, it's over for everybody. I'm putting that out there right now. Once Ben Simmons starts shooting, he's going to be one of the most unguardable players in the league. And honestly, I feel like if he starts shooting at a high, not even a high rate, if he starts shooting, period, if he starts taking mid-ranges and actually start going in this bubble, I feel like y'all should move Shake back off the bench. I'm not hating on Shake. Like I said, I know this starting lineup is going to work. I just haven't seen enough of him. That's all. But like I said, man, it's going to work. Ben Simmons at power forward, Shake in the starting lineup. It's going to be a lot of offense, for sure. I'm excited to see it, honestly. As long as Shake can provide a glimpse of what he did against the Clippers, I'm not saying he has to drop 20 points a game, but he for sure has to, score over 10 points. Honestly, towards 13, 14, to be honest, on definitely over 50% from the field. So, Shake, good luck to you. Now, the NBA is supposed to be returning. We're supposed to be seeing our first game in 2 weeks' time. But honestly, I don't know if this bubble is going to last. Now, another player just got corona outside of the bubble, Eric Bledsoe, which is somebody who's on a contender team, the Milwaukee Bucks. He's not the only one. There's a lot of players right now that are not in the bubble because, they're doing their COVID test, and majority of them are testing positive. So it's like, we still getting players that aren't in the bubble yet. Then they're going to have to come to the bubble and still self-quarantine themselves, most likely. Going to miss all that time of practicing. Going to miss all that time of scrimmaging. And then, mind you, there are only 8 regular season games before we get into the playoffs. So it's not a lot of time for everybody to come back and get right in the, game mode. So that's a lot to think about. Because there are a lot of players on these teams that I haven't seen yet. And I'm looking, I'm like, okay, I know he didn't say he's not returning, so what's the holdup? It's crazy, man. I hope Eric Bledsoe, he is healthy. I know Michael Beasley also got COVID. I hope he's healthy. Russ, he got COVID as well. I hope he's healthy too. I hope everybody's healthy. This COVID thing is crazy. And then when it comes to players inside the bubble, I don't know what type of time they on. First couple of days, everybody posting everything on social media, complaining about the living conditions, complaining about food. It's not going to solve anything. That's not going to make the bubble situation any better. If anything, the NBA is looking like, should we shut down? Were we not ready? I know the players don't want that. The fans don't want that. So when I was seeing everybody posting everything, I'm like, what are y'all doing? Instead of posting everything, Why don't y'all go to your team captain? Why don't you go to your head coach or the commissioner yourself? Why post everything on the internet? That's only going to bring negative. Nothing positive is going to come out of that. You post everything on the internet means everybody on TV that covers the NBA, all they're going to do is have negative comments. Talk bad about the NBA, and that's not good for the league. Because like I said, what if the league was like, maybe we're not ready and shut down? Then y'all be salty. Y'all have the paycheck. Y'all can't finish all season. Come on now. It's not worth it. Getting some views on the internet, it's not worth it. Like, what's there really to complain about? Honestly. You're living in a great hotel. Great hotel. Y'all not staying in Motel 6. Y'all getting gourmet meals. Y'all not getting ham and cheese with grandma cookies and an orange. Y'all getting gourmet meals. And then people still don't want to follow the guidelines. Like, how do you not follow the guidelines inside the bubble? I seen somewhere it was like somebody snitched on Dwight Howard for not wearing a mask. First of all, Dwight Howard, you should always have a mask on. Secondly, why are people snitching? They got a whole snitch hotline inside the bubble. It's the dumbest thing they could have did, because players just going to snitch on each other about, some things are going to be false, I'm pretty sure. Everybody's just going to be snitching on everybody to try to mess the team up. Like, come on now. Snitching ain't going to help nothing. Because if somebody mess up and get corona inside the bubble, that messes up the entire league. If you see a player slipping up, not following the guidelines, don't matter if he's not on your team, speak up. Yo, put on a mask, dog. You tripping. Because that one player in a different team can mess it up for all teams. I think people are not realizing that. Like, the league did a great thing in creating this bubble. Y'all see all these college conferences canceling sports? They couldn't find the safest way. The NFL is not going to have any fans. The NBA right now has a bubble where the playoff teams are confined in, and all they got to do is worry about basketball. So what's the problem? Like I said, y'all not in a Motel 6. I was on Instagram, and I seen people on water slides. I seen a big pool. They had a DJ party. Come on now. Y'all playing in the NBA. There's nothing to complain about. There's no reason why these players are not following the guidelines. Y'all have a snitcher hotline. Do not be a snitch. Correct somebody. If they're not on your team, so what? Like I said, one mistake that they make can affect the entire league. They go out and get corona and bring it back to the bubble. And then it spreads. The bubble is shutting down. If people inside the bubble start testing positive, the whole thing can be contaminated. So stop snitching and start correcting. Stop posting everything on the gram and just go to the league, go to the league's commissioner if you got something to complain about. That's facts, man. I want to see the NBA return. Y'all want to play. All the fans want to see the NBA return. And in order for all that to happen, the players inside the bubble have to follow the guidelines. It ain't that hard. Please follow the guidelines, man. We want the league back. It's not all players that's doing it. Most of the players, they're on a mission. They not worried about all that extra stuff. They not. They on a mission to get a championship. Y'all are blessed with the opportunity for y'all season to finish. Y'all inside a space where, like I said, there's no distractions. So people talking about it's an asterisk on the championship. It's not. Because every team in there is dealing with the same thing. All the players in there are in the same conditions. Come on now. There's no asterisk. All the teams sat out all those months. All the teams came back, getting the same amount of practice time, getting the same amount of scrimmages, same amount of regular season games. Every team has the same opportunity. So there's no asterisk. The only way there's going to be an asterisk is the season doesn't finish because players don't want to follow the guidelines, or COVID starts kicking up and, more players start catching and can't return. 'Cause like I said, there's really a lot of players that are still not in the bubble yet. And in 2 weeks, we're supposed to see our first regular season game. And we're going to be starting scrimmages this upcoming week. So, yeah. Players, I beg you, follow the guidelines in the bubble. And the ones that have corona, stay safe and get healthy. Thank you all for listening. I hope everybody's being safe out there when it comes to COVID. It's not nothing to joke around with. It's a major disease. And as you can see, it changed the way we're living. So I hope you all staying safe. I hope all the NBA players are staying safe. Thank you for listening and stay tuned for future episodes.